welcome to Late Night Tales. Yes, welcome, guys. I got a nice story to share with you. It's one of my experiences. It was this time where it's a question I'm asking myself: was I wrong? Was he wrong? Or should I have done more information in terms of what was about to proceed? Okay. So this time I was now working for a company, and then I was now working late night. I was like working till 11 o'clock, half past 11, 12 at night. But I live like an hour away from home, right? Hour away from home, not like a 60, 70 kilometers away from home. But I studied at a campus or university close to the job or the workplace where I'm working at. Nonetheless, anyway, so I tell my friend, listen to Brian, I'm off tomorrow. I done working. I'm gonna pop around there. I know he has like a PS something, I think an Xbox or what. And then I'm gonna go play with some games, then I'm gonna move home. But to my surprise, those gentlemen were like busy lighting up one of those green leaves that you takes you a little bit, or it elevates you, yeah, those green leaves. Then I obviously partook of that particular activity. You understand? Like nice lachis, jokes, movies, games, whatever the case may be afterwards. But Sir did not inquire about which particular green leaf is being burned. Yeah. And that's where I partook without asking, but felt higher than what one should normally feel, right? And whenever I must know, I've been trying to calm down my nerves, calm down the essence. The body is just not responding to the what's it called? To the normalness. Not normalness, what would it be? But anyway, yeah, doesn't really matter. My sister is somewhere in her own thoughts there. Yeah, so I went to the bathroom. I washed my face a couple of times. Sir is still not 100%. Sir is on a jittery paranoia vibe. But Sir goes sit back on my original place, talking, laughing, playing games, things are going jollification. But in me trying to maintain the conversation, Sir is feeling more paranoid. More paranoid, meaning the head is a bit overpowered by this green leaf, right? Then I asked my gentleman friends, Sir, what are you smoking? To my surprise, they admit it was something different to what we normally smoke. Meaning, this particular leaf cost more, were difficult to source, and it was a little bit.
Something you put on your bread,
That, yeah, cheese. Huh? Yeah, it was cheese. It was cheese. Something put on your bread. Yeah, now my sister wants to talk. Anyway, so they was now in a giggly response tell me, nah, it is cheese, sir. It's like, yo, it was I think my first or second time ever partaking one of those grades, understand? So the lungs and the kidneys and the body structure of mine were not so used to that particular THC components and properties that obviously will be oozing out once you smoke. Therefore, their giggle response, made me trip was now because like yeah, they could have told me, but in the back of my mind, I should have asked. Understand? Because I didn't ask to partake. I just partook of this particular activity because it was a regular occurrence of me to partake in that particular activity. So, but anyway, this is where the story gets now a little bit skew and somehow back straight with the experience I had after smoking this smoking this particular cheese or dairy product. I should have said dairy products, but anyway, not cheese. Dairy products. Because cheese does come from a cow, right? Yeah. Okay, or it's made from milk and processed into the cheese. But anyway, let's not deviate. So, where am I now? Yes. We must now go. No, I must go. That was me. Yeah, I must go home because the paranoia now took a little bit. It took longer to control. It's getting out of control, and Sir can't sit still. So I have this thing where movement means I'm alive. So I'm a bit fidgety. What else? Anyway, I'm a bit fidgety. So I now greet the gentlemen that were there. I said, sir, thank you for the activity. Thank you for the hospitality. Sir's gonna depart home bound. It is getting a little bit late. I think it was like 12 o'clock. It was just an hour I sat there. So it's time for me to wrap it up. I'm gonna go home. But my journey to my car is where I started feeling this cheese is now, it's hitting me, it's knocking me. I'm getting a hiding here because now I feel dizzy, I feel bleak, I feel like Sir can't handle this new component. So I get in my car, but with me getting in my car, I can feel my legs. It's getting a little bit chilly, understand? It's a bit difficult to start driving now. Anyway, I eventually convinced myself, listen here, I need to get home. Because Sir is feeling a little bit too overpowered. Anyway, so I stick it there before I even go there. The gentlemen I visit were living on residence. That means it's secured area, but they had their own gate. That means they had their own gate for me to go out, and eventually I'm in the campus main building or vicinity of the campus, but not the residence. They can obviously exit the campus with a different gate. Right, in the car I convinced myself I'm now gonna move. I come by the residence gate to get out of the private area. Go well. But just so like 5 feet, 10 feet later, I decide, no, this bow is just too strong for me. I need to park this vehicle because the way I feel in this vehicle feels like I'm not in this vehicle. I feel to the roof. So I parked the car along the road. But don't forget, it's now 12:15 tonight. Some students are awake, most students are sleeping. But our campus was quite big, so meaning there was different faculties, different residents, whatever, sports field. So there was at least 3 or 4 kilometers of walk or like a distance you can kind of experience if you go like once 360 or circumference, right? Anyway, I decide I'm going to walk. Why? Because I think walking all my life has been a number one saver. Because the more I'm sitting in the car, the more hot I get, the more paranoid I get. And being outside, feeling that breeze, makes me feel a little bit less paranoid, but Still there. Anyway, I walk. I start talking to myself. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I shouldn't have done it. I should have known. I should have asked. But in that conversation I had with myself, the body is getting a hiding, it's getting a beating because I'm fleeing. I'm not flowing also, I'm flying higher than the G7 that time. Anyway. Yeah. So I spoke to myself the entire 4-kilometer journey because my brain just couldn't handle that thing. It was just, it was more powerful because the first time I'm partaking in this new thing, it just hit me for 6. Bah! Boom! It felt like Bruce Lee was kicking me from behind. Dish! Skew. Chuck Norris, I feel like Chuck Norris practice on me. Shoo. Anyway, after 2 hours of walking, I was like I'm done talking to myself. The body's busy recuperating from this component and properties. And I feel slightly better, but still like there, but I can control it a little bit. I eventually get out of the campus and homeward is the destination. The journey will be on the N2 R300, but first the R300 through Bellor, whatever those areas, onto the R300, off the R300 onto the N2 Somerset West journey homeward. We're going boom, go, drive. But this time it's now 2:30, 2:45 because I've been walking for 2 hours. Was now around campus trying to deflate this balloon that I was feeling, or I was the balloon. Drove 40 on the N2, 20, 30, cruising. Because, sir, like I said earlier, still there. I can control a little bit, but doesn't mean I can control it. I'm 100% in charge. I'm like a 20% hold, but 80% free flowing, still flying and free flowing. We get to Khayelitsha. Yes, on the N2 is the garage, Indian garage, and on one side of the N2 is the Shell garage. Anyway, with my 40 driving, I eventually make it there after 15-20 minutes. Boom. Still halfway the journey home, meaning like at garage it's like a stop where most people either fill up fuel, get something to eat, whatever, but there's a wimpy there. It's still a halfway journey home for me. Get there, and then I got straight to the parking lot. I fell asleep. But guess who I fell asleep next to? The traffic officer. Now my paranoia went from it lost 20%, it gained this 20% back. So I was like now tripping even more. You understand? Imagine sir being knocked out next to a traffic officer. Talk about what I call it now, DUI. Not drinking under influence, but let's say I'm intoxicated also. Would it be? What is high? Would I call it now? Call it intoxicated? I would call it more. But anyway, I was under the influence. There's the word. Why it took so long? I was medicated, but in the criminal viewpoint and perspective, I would be under the influence. So it might be a similar charge to drinking and driving, or the driving under influence. But anyway, No, but that was at least the thing, man. Drinking and smoking kind of the same thing, DUI. Anyway, I'm getting a bit lost here. So the paranoia of mine went back to his 100%. It knocked me again. The body can't handle it. Yeah, I'm just tripping. I'm just seeing different visuals of this whole scenario. Hey, am I gonna make it? What's gonna happen if the popo catch me? I'm halfway the journey home. Plus, this thing knocked me out, and whatever the case may be. Luckily, not. I was spared by the tiredness of the police. No, not police, traffic officers, because when it's 12 o'clock, they probably like don't want to work as well. So luckily they were not that very scrutinizing or scrutinizing the place. It was a stop and go. So I came home a 3:45, 3:45 there around, because when I wanted to sleep, I couldn't sleep also, because I'm thinking, hey, this traffic officers is by the way. So when I got home, I got my sister awake and I told her this whole story of my 4-hour journey I just had now. And at 12 o'clock at night, I was 100% normal. By 4 o'clock, I was 100% abnormal. So imagine 4 hours that thing happened to me. Therefore, the moral of the story is, when you partake, always ask, what are you partaking in? Right? So you don't end up like me, having to do all these crazy tweaks and tricks to maneuver this particular potion that was just knocking me out. But moral of the story once again, to summarize and to conclude this thing, is always ask before you partake. And that's it for Late Night Tales. I hope the story kind of kept you awake, gave you some suspense, and you can feel a little bit more enlightened by my experience and irresponsibility. See you guys in the next episode. Cheers.